Let's move right on and bring on board Sameet Chavan to chat technicals and Sameet, take us through your views on the index at the current juncture.
Good morning. We have already seen a decent recovery from lows of 79.20, 79.40 that we posted a couple of weeks back. Last week, Nifty confirmed its higher top higher bottom formation on daily chart. Today, since last couple of days, we have been witnessing some dull moment in the market, which is quite obvious before the global event. But if we have to take a directional call, we would be maintaining our positive stance on the market, and we expect this bounce back rally to extend towards 83.20, 83.80, which would be our near-term targets. Now the base is now getting shifted higher. Earlier 8055 was seen as a very strong support, and now we can see a strong support building around 8155, 8156, which is the last couple of days lows.
Okay, that's the view on the markets, but time to connect with the management of Vascon Engineering to talk a little bit about their order book as well as quarterly numbers. Margins have expanded and they've posted a profit versus a loss last year. R. Vasudevan, Managing Director and CEO, is with us on the show. Congratulations, Mr. Vasudevan, a turnaround quarter for you this time on the bottom line. Can you take us through the key highlights? What really aided this momentum, and is this here to stay?
Yeah, if you see our last quarter and this quarter results, both are on the positive side. We turned around, though slowly. Although we have, as we had explained to you last time, we have reduced our order book size in terms of execution. All those orders which were a strain on the performance were all finished, and now we are on fresh order books. And we are hoping to grow further now as we go forward, based, of course, on all the other economic criteria affecting the country now.
I just want to talk about the real estate space, especially like you just flagged off the other developments in the country. How is demand panning out, and what was the demonetization impact, and also what kind of guidance can we expect in terms of the real estate sector from you?
See, the demonetization has had its effect now. It's too early now for any really movement on it. I think it's there across all the industries and much more on the real estate because of the sentiments. And going forward, we see at least 6 months, 9 months down the line, we see it's picking up because of the other effect likely to happen in terms of interest rate falling down, and the middle level income people getting all the benefits which are likely to happen. Real estate sector should turn around pretty fast in 6 to 9 months is what is my opinion on that.
Okay, and what kind of is your current order book in the EPC business, and what kind of an order book are you planning to build up going forward?
Our current order book is about 600 crores, which we have in hand. And going forward, we are looking at a good amount of jobs in the housing sector and in the government sector, and we are hoping that we move pretty fast and bigger orders now.
Okay, what's your outlook for the clean room partition manufacturing and HVAC business? Because you've inaugurated a third manufacturing plant in Thane. So what are your ambitions on that front?
On the clean room partitions, we have two wings. One, of course, is based on the production of clean room partitions, which are primarily used in the pharmaceutical and the hospital industries. This also we have had increased the bandwidth since we took over this business, and we have added fire doors and other doors, other specialized items in this, and that's why we felt the need of having a third plant. This particular business is doing a decent growth. It's and the other part, which is the EPC front part of it, is also having its own EPC pains which we had gone through, which is getting corrected this year, and going forward we see that business also picking up. So on the manufacturing front we are doing pretty well, and this business totally should be
right. Mr. Vasudevan, because we're short on time, you have JVs for a substantial portion of your land bank. Can you tell us about that as well?
On the land bank, yes, we have about 30 million square feet of potential land bank to be exploited. This will entirely depend on pan of how real estate moves. Most of the locations which we have are good parcels of land, and since some of them are very ideally suited for mid-level and lower-level housing, so we are hopeful on that. But since this sector itself is going through a sluggish market at this point of time, we hope that 6 months, 9 months down the line, when all these interest effects come into effect, we should be able to move forward in that exploitation of that land bank as well.
Okay, Mr. Vasudevan, really appreciate you joining us on Hot Stocks, giving us your time and a perspective on what we can expect from the company. Well, strong quarter for Vascon Engineers, but we'll get you some more technical and trading recommendations right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Still tuned in to Hot Stocks. It's looking awfully quiet for the equity markets at this juncture. Names like Coal India, Aurobindo, HDFC and ACC are under acute pressure. Let's get in some top technical trading ideas going as well. And Samit Chavan is with us on the show still. Samit, your top calls?
We have both the recommendation on the long side. First one would be on KPIT Tech, which has given a decent breakout from its near-term resistance of 135. In today's session, in 1.5 hour trade, the stock has already crossed its major resistance level with substantial rise in volumes. Thus, going ahead, we expect the stock to move towards 147. Stop loss would be around 134. Second buy would be on Tata Motor DVR, which has already confirmed its breakout last week. The major resistance was somewhere around 300. The stock is now trading around its strong support. Going ahead, we expect the stock to climb towards 324. Stop loss can be fixed at 294.
Okay, that's of course some top picks. Samit, I just want to come to you on the markets as well, and one particular sector that has been in the limelight has been, of course, the metal space. We have seen that one being quite volatile in this last week, and metals usually do have a direct correlation with how commodities prices react, which in turn, of course, has a relation to the Fed rate hike. So how do you see this particular index pan out?
See, if we talk about the Nifty Metal Index, this index has already outperformed our benchmark index in the recent past. It is now trading around its 52 weeks high. Going forward, we would expect some consolidation to happen in this particular index. We would see a broad range of probably 2000, 2050 on the higher side would act as a resistance, and lower side we would see buying emerging once this index reaches its support level of 2700, 2650. So we would trade with a positive bias. However, for next probably 2 to 3 weeks, we would expect some consolidation in this entire space.
Okay, that's the view coming in on the technicals. But in the meantime, what's the hot stock of the day? Let's bring on board Vivek from our research desk to discuss that. Vivek?
Well, good morning, Avan. Definitely, if you're looking at the intraday chart of HCC, Hindustan Construction Company, just have a look at it. It's blasting in trade almost, and if you're looking at it, trading at a fresh 52-week high. Now, yesterday, a very, very important announcement came on the exchanges from the company.